Ever since the commencement of the presidential campaigns on the 29th September, the 2026 general elections have been described by many political actors as the most peaceful the country has enjoyed since the return of multi-party politics in the country. This has been attributed to limited interference by police and military agencies. Nevertheless, this did not last long until on 24th November 2025, when incidents of violence unfolded as police and sister security agencies tried to quell supporters of NUP presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, who was campaigning in Kawempe division. In Uganda district, police and other sister security agencies escalated crowd control measures, resulting in the death of an NUP supporter. According to the Inspector General of Police, Byakagaba, the current shift in the campaign environment is largely attributed to what he described as NUP's consistence of obstinacy, provoking security forces to act in the interest of maintaining public order and ensure a fair campaign landscape, as outlined by the Electoral Commission.
In our experience this far, the tension points between the security forces and unfortunately almost always one of the political parties, specifically the National Unity Platform, is always about infringement of guidelines set regarding departures from designated venues and routes for rallies. And I want to point out here that in all the cases, these routes are agreed upon between the representatives of the parties and the Uganda police.
IGP Byakagaba stressed that such acts of impunity, including the alleged provocation of security officers and vandalism of police vehicles, have led to decisive crackdown operations aimed at apprehending perpetrators and bringing them to justice.
Now that investigations had reached a certain level, there was a need to arrest the suspects. And therefore, on the 7th of November, we carried out an operation in Imbarara to arrest the suspects who were involved in the different acts in the different areas of the country.
When questioned about the justification for the reportedly excessive force used by security officers, including allegations that sniffer dogs were unleashed on the crowds in the name of dispersal, Byakagaba responded this way.
When do you use what? The law, again, the law gives us leverage on how and when to use. Even in these proclamations, if you will take time to listen, it even says force will be used against you, including rifle fire. We hold arms legally, but how and when to use it, we are also guided. There can be misuse and that can be investigated. But if you are asking, are you supposed to have and use guns, the answer is yes.
It's against this background that the IGP called on the public, particularly political candidates conversing for support, to strictly adhere to campaign regulations, emphasizing that any deviation from the law will be met with a firm and decisive response from security institutions.
And I want to assure you that this will not be tolerated and shall be dealt with decisively. The Uganda Police Force and sister security agencies have been very tolerant and continuously engage the political actors to conduct their political activities in accordance with the relevant laws and guidelines.
Last week, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Justice Simon Byakagaba, also issued a warning to NUP party against flouting the state electoral regulations.
What is wrong with you driving directly to your campaign venue, as we have seen some candidates do? What's wrong? Let the candidates try that. Let the candidates drive directly to the designated campaign venues, and then we see how security on the border will come in to interrupt them.
However, the NUP insists that on several occasions, police have provoked their peaceful supporters, blocking their main campaign roads without any clear justification.
Mr. Byakagaba has been conspicuously silent on all these illegalities, all these criminalities and brutalities that are happening to the people of Uganda. Mr. Byakagaba was very quick to come out and criticize me for getting out of my car and buying maize from a street vendor. But Mr. Byakagaba has been silent about the blockage of roads. He has been silent about the brutality that is unleashed to us. He's been silent about the roads that are blocked on us, failing us to campaign in some areas.
With just 45 days left to the national polls in January 2026, the political landscape is already pointing to yet another tense period, often characterized by disruptive political turbulence, which in the worst cases has resulted in loss of civilian lives. The IGP warns that this reality should not be ignored by any electoral stakeholder if the country is to deliver peaceful and credible election. John Baptist Homza, Church of Uganda, Family TV News at 8.